So my new vans have just come in. These are for my GTX 970. I messed this up. I painted this van. It should have been this van. So this time I'm gonna do it right. So I took off the stickers. As you can see, these are from the 970 and I have some white ones too. These are the new ones that I have, and I already put one on here so I don't confuse the vans this time. That's the one I'm gonna paint, so I'm gonna leave the sticker off and apply that one after it has been painted. So I'm gonna use the same same technique as I did previously in my video where I show how I paint my GTX 970, but this time I'm just gonna paint the vans. And yeah, do the same thing again. I cut the paper with some hole, and now I'm gonna align the van in there to fit in there so it will stick out but won't spray anything underneath the van blades. So yeah, let's do that. So here we have my custom paint booth. I put the van here. I'm gonna primer it and paint it. So let's do this, and hopefully this time I picked the right one. That's how my painting setup looks. I'm heating it up. I'm painting at the same time. That decreases my time I need to dry it. So yeah, let's primer it further. Current 970. I popped the top plate off by removing the 4 screws, and I had painted this van. And now I'm repainting it in green and yellow. I tried to get it more green and yellow, and this time it's going to be this van, which was the plan. So I'm going to replace these, but first I got to finish this up. But all you have to do is unscrew these, put the blades like that through it so you can lift it up. Do it careful. If you have painted this, you don't want to mess that up. As you can see, I didn't really mess it up, but the screw just unpainted it there. It's not a worry because the screw will be above that anyway, so that doesn't matter, but the rest looks perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna finish painting my blades, reapply the stickers on the new one, and build that one in. That should look really good, really good. So I'm excited for this. I'm gonna uninstall this and then head on with painting in video. But if you compare them, this one has a little bit more green in it because I actually yellow in it because I actually did paint it with more yellow. So this one is pretty good, but it's green, and this one has more yellow to it. It's really hard to see on video, especially because the background is also green, so you just have to take my word for it. So yeah, I have removed the van. So here's the GPU, and now I'm gonna give it a couple more coats. Oh, from here you can actually see it better that it's a little bit more yellow. And yeah, then I'm gonna replace it, and it should be good. So I finished painting. It's not adjustable in the video. You just see 2 very oddly green painted vans, but they look very, very different in real. So this is the old one, this is the new one. I actually have a smaller sticker on them. This is a bigger one. I also have a bigger sticker on that one, so now finally I have 2 green. I didn't put here on because it would have been a waste because I knew these are going to be replaced. This was a smaller one, so I put it there. This is the one I'm going to put on. It maybe, no, even this is not the shade of green that it really is. It's more like a lime green, but it looks really good. So I'm going to install it and see how that looks. So be right back. So I've actually installed the blades now, and they haven't been connected yet. I should probably do that, and then I'm going to mount the top plate back. Sure if that's the way it goes, but I put the connector in like that, folded it back, and put it under the heatsink. This is how I run it with the old one too, and I never had an issue. So yeah, that's connected up, and now I'm gonna reinstall the plate now. I'm so happy it looks finally the way I always intended it. My 960 had the same thing, but the 970 is a little bigger, and it looks pretty good on this. So this is the way I plan to do it before I messed it up with the wrong vans. And now I have also the both green stickers on, which are larger. Looks pretty good. Next time I'm gonna order even one size bigger. So I had 28mm, now 30. Next time it's gonna be 32. They are available in that option. So the MSI logo also lights up in green, and actually the real color that this looks. So, but even LEDs I can't capture, but this looks very different on camera than in real. It's darker lime green, but the van actually has some yellow through it, which you also cannot really see, but not even in comparison. Yeah, it's just the thing that with the camera. Maybe it's also the iPhone LCD that shows the wrong color. Maybe on the computer it actually looks better. I'm not sure. but I'm gonna reinstall it, test it out, and next thing is gonna be making a backplate for that, also in black and green with some LED mods and stuff. So that's how I repainted the vents on my 970. Maybe you can do this too. I have a full guide on how I painted this, but then I painted the wrong blades, but I explained that, so yeah, there you go. So they sound the same, so they are probably not counterfeits. They also had the same label on. It looks like one blade is actually spinning faster than the other. Yes, that's very odd. I've never seen that. This is very odd. What I found is this one has a blank slot with 2 blues here. That's the original. And the replacements that I bought actually has the second blue one on that empty slot. So I'm gonna connect that one to this blue one and hope that then it works, because these old works, but this one, the right side is just spinning at 100%. So I think that the original one is just controlling them both from one way, while this one has actually the option to control them from both individual. So I'm gonna hook that up and see if that fixed the problem. So I cut them and I'm gonna solder the top blue one to the bottom side as well and hope that fixes my issue. Right, that was pretty easy. So I soldered the second wire to that one that is also an original, and now I gotta test it out. I really hope, I should have put the blue cable behind, but it doesn't really matter. So I hope this works now. So let's test it out. So I'm gonna plug it in and test it. That indeed seems to have sorted out the problem. As you can see, the right side van is there and the speed is on 0, and if I'm gonna toggle it to 25, the vans indeed spin up at the same speed. So I'm gonna try to 100. Yeah, that fixed it. So if you ever replace your vans, make sure the cable management is the same. I think the one that I bought secondary was actually better configured than the original, because then the original just controls both blades with one temperature sensor, even though the other one seems to have an option to run the blades separately on different speeds. But I don't need that. This van is very overkill. I never run this van above 40% because my GPU is always outside on the external, running really freaking cold. So yeah, it should go off the blades, because I've set it up to only turn on the blades on 40 degrees, because I actually like when they spin at sometimes. It's really, normally this card only runs at 60 degrees, but it never hits 60 degrees because it's an external card. So I figured I'll just turn it on to twist a little so it looks a little good. This looks better than when it's stationary. So I'm glad that I could solve this problem. I was really thinking for a second that the van might be faulty, but thank God I could fix it up. So if you order fans, make sure they're correct with the cable management. Again, so that's how I fixed my 970. It's looking really good now, much better than before. I'm gonna zoom a little in, which is gonna be bad because it's an iPhone and I have a 7, not a 7 Plus, so I can't zoom in without losing. So that's how it looks. It's stationary now because the temperature is low. If I throw anything on, it will go up. So that's how I painted my GTX 970 and finally fixed it up. Thanks for watching. Bye.